This is your WW3 news. Probably those who've been seeing my videos for about, a year or so or less. The topic is EVs. It's not one is against the EVs. In most situations, it's a useless vehicle. Because you think buying an EV, you're no more dependent on using diesel or petrol. It's correct. But the electricity which is generated through your home charger or public charger is from fossil fuels, nuclear power and other sources. Renewables is just a fraction, or practically inexistent in most countries. And you say, oh, I don't have to change your fuel engine, it's got no mechanical parts. That is true. But seeing this type of vehicle is very complex. There's a lot of computers inside it, and there's a high voltage components. Who knows, was it 380 volts AC? We're not talking about industrial current here. We're not talking about, a simple radio control car here, which maximum 9 volts it has probably. Well, if you're lucky enough, it's DC, direct current. And they say, no, EVs can't catch fire because it's more probably diesel and petrol cars catch fire. Of course they catch fire, because when they wear short circuit or case of arson. The problem with EVs, when they catch fire, they are very dangerous, because it's a chemical reaction due to the battery power pack. It's been damaged, there's been some infiltration inside the thing itself. And obviously you'll be needing firefighting equipment, special firefighting equipment to put out a fire, because lithium-ion battery. And these fires, even you put them out, will burn for hours and hours until the combustion, its fuel from that battery, which feeds the fire, doesn't die out. And plus, the cost of repairing these EVs if they get damaged. Considering how much it costs to repair a modern car with all these electronic gizmos, EVs are more complex and more expensive. And the depreciation rate on these type of vehicles is a lot more higher than on petrol diesel cars. Because who in their right mind is going to buy a second-hand EV? Because you don't know in what condition the battery is, why that person gave the car away. The only way he gave it away, probably it was knackered, the battery. It was coming to its end of cycle life. And obviously these EV batteries, they do not come at cheap prices. They're very expensive. We're talking 30,000 euro, just like that. And then after, you need a specialist garage to have this work taken out. Labour, VAT, will cost more than the bloody car is worth in the first place. If you do a quotation, how much it's worth. And obviously its range, the recharging anxiety, especially on long trips. You have to do more pit stops, like a bloke suffers from a bad case of prostata. You have to stop where there is a service station, where there's one of these things you can connect up to have it charged. And there you waste time. Probably EVs may be fast in acceleration, but when it comes to, you know, on the motorway, if you don't be careful managing the charge which you're on board, well, there is a computer on board, but you know, not all the time information which you see on this display is correct. Because batteries, when you probably charge them up like this, do a top up, it runs for a while, then after, boom, it goes straight down. And that's always been the story with rechargeable devices, even in cars as well. And the discussion, it saves the environment. It does not save the environment. It requires special materials which has to be mined in deep of the earth. That means mechanical equipment which runs on diesel. Vast areas devastated of the environment for what? To dig out these elements. And another thing which is, why all of a sudden we should drive EVs? Because at the beginning of the century, 20th century, when motor vehicles became common, even electric vehicles were available. And then afterwards it was phased out because it was all convenient to have a petrol car. It was a new business. And I think EVs are just a Trojan horse forced upon the population in the end to eliminate private car ownership. Only the rich will be able to afford cars. Seeing how cars are expensive, even modern petrol diesel cars which come out, these SUVs with all these electronic stuff, it's served to no practical purpose. You cannot replace the driver with a computer, not yet. It's all gizmos to make you spend money, go behind to have that thing serviced. And these pieces don't come cheap, you know. And the discussion with modern cars, the right to repair, the right to have access to parts. But you have to pay someone to have access what's underneath your hood, the management box. It's all crypt coded and all that shit. And only the manufacturer can access it. Or you take it to an authorised garage. And this thing is going to create a monopoly of brand manufacturers in Europe in the future. Because your average independent garage for now repairs everyday cars, and I don't think it's going to spend money on expensive equipment and paying royalties or asking for special licenses just to use it, to have access to the service, technical service. In the end, you don't own the car. Whether it's an EV or those recent cars or the future cars, the Euro 7. To have the right to access for the things you bought, the features, you have to pay a subscription charge. It's downright extortion because they know they won't sell many cars. They have to invent something to make more money. And this mentality to make profits at all costs without thinking about, gosh, building a good quality product at a competitive price. No. It's like I said, they want to take away private car ownership from the middle class people. Obviously the European Union, all the crazy stuff about cars, banning this, banning that. It's got nothing to do with the environment. It's got to do controlling and surveilling the population, because they're a bunch of fascists and Nazis together, all in one suit.